I've been working in the county jail for 23 years. When you get behind the bars, you all by yourself. It's just you and whoever you believe in.
Right.
Mama ain't there to save you, to feed you. There's a lot of them don't get fed. Mama ain't there to save you when somebody want to fight or rape you. Mama ain't there to save you, to tell you to stand up.
We both want to get back for our sons.
Yeah.
We both did. For sons, her brother, everybody.
But how you gonna forgive? I have to forgive.
have to.
Cause I can't move
See,
on.
that's right.
My mom, my sister, and my son, dad. We
in the same year.
In the same year, just 3 months apart.
I love what you all are representing, the pushing the peace movement, because it's gonna take the men, no matter what the women say, they're not listening. We take accountability for what we did, but you can change. You can turn it around. Like you are not your mistake.
But
it say honor your mother and father, but it says do not provoke your children. You got to read the second part.
It go both ways.
It goes both ways. I had street in me, but I didn't take God with me.
Yes.
Women is more dangerous than your opposition.
Part. Yes.
Women are more dangerous than your fake friend.
Yes.
That's the thing back down. It's real.
It's real.
Do it hurt me? Yes. Everything in me about my son being dead. But his life was his life. His story was his story.
Look! This is the eye of the trenches!
My name is Miyoshi. I'm Chauncey's Malik Ali Jr.'s mom. I lost my son in 2020 due to gun violence in the street. Chauncey was raised well. You know, he come from a decent home. And it was also broken because his father wasn't in his life. And so down the line, you know, he was a typical teenager doing typical boy things. He lost his uncle in 2009. In 2009, he lost his uncle to the violence of the streets, and that broke him.
In the FlipSide neighborhood.
Wow. So where exactly, what exact neighborhood? FlipSide, correct?
Well, that's they call it FlipSide, on 93rd and
93rd and
Dobson. His uncle was killed on 93rd and Dobson.
Wow.
While his uncle was laying on the ground, I don't know, whatever my brother told him that day, I lost my son the same day I lost my brother.
Wow. So he seen his uncle pass?
Yes, that. So his last words was his uncle, whatever his uncle told him, he took it to the grave. From that day on, he became, he was very angry. That's when I lost control, because I had control over him, but he was like, you know, Mom, they gonna kill us. That was his mindset, you know. They in the neighborhood and just shooting, so I have to stand. And what's sad to say is our young men need these fathers in their life. Had a father stepped in and said, okay, son, I got your back, and this is not the way to it, because you can't save the family. It's just you. He was just 18 years old.
Wow.
You know, and he got a whole family full of women and a bunch of cousins. He got 15 nephews that looked up to him. So he became their role model. So he didn't want them to end up in the streets like that. Thank God none of them ended up like that. They all went to college, and, you know, Chauncey, he ended up going to jail. He got in trouble. After that, he did his time. He came out, and he became a carpenter. He was a licensed carpenter, skilled carpenter in the union. The last 7 years of his life, he worked and made money, saved money, and did what's positive. He went back to the neighborhood, talking positive. You can make it out. You don't have to live like this. So, but rewinding, his death came from, I don't know, whatever the situation was, I was told, his step sister, because he don't have any, he have one sister, but he have two stepsisters. Whatever happened, he went to the party to pick her up. When he went to go pick her up, I don't know what happened from there. I still don't know the story as we speak now. So he was one shot hit in the head, died in his sister's arm, and there's, you know, that's it. And then there I am burying my child, you know.
Wow. So was the party in the neighborhood?
No, the party was in what you call that?
No, 53rd,
57 the Troop. I know the house and everything, but you know what they call it.
Oh, so like Inglewood area.
Yeah, it was in the Inglewood area. So No, Motown. Whatever.
Yeah, no, that's by, I believe that's No Love City.
Okay, well.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Yeah, because they
yeah.
neighboring. But yeah, so he went over there, and from there, I don't know, and right now, I still don't know the truth. But I would tell anybody, to all these young men, you know, allow somebody to get in your life. Seek someone that you feel positive or you feel comfortable talking to, because he was traumatized. But he thought his mama couldn't help him from being traumatized because he thought he had to protect me. Mamas and daddies don't need protecting. We can protect you. Let us know what's going on, even if a friend, a cousin, somebody is hurt, get killed or hurt any type of way. It traumatizes them. And they need the support of parents or, you know, the neighborhood. You know, we get out here and we teach each other. We, you know, it take a neighborhood and a village to do it, you know.
So may I ask this? So was his uncle like present in his life a lot? Like
his uncle was present. I raised my brother pretty much.
So he was pretty much his father's
brother. Yeah, that was his father figure. His father figure, everything.
Yeah, to my son.
To Dante. You got Dante.
So,
you got Dante with Dante, D'Angelo, Arnez.
He met them.
Yeah,
so it was kind of like he lost a father, friend, and brother all in one. So it's like
that's who took him. That's who kept him grounded.
Yeah.
You know.
And it did seem like when they lost Pat, they just didn't care
after my brother death, Dante and Chauncey was broken.
Wow.
They were broken.
Yeah.
So it was like they lost a leader pretty much.
That's what they did.
But that's like the vicious cycle that's going on since the beginning of time.
And that's where I say we need the young men out here to step up and help one another, encourage one another, you know, give each other strength when we need strength, because kids don't come to their parents, they go to their friends.
They do.
But if you see somebody going wrong and you a good man, brother, don't do that. This ain't what we gonna do.
100%.
Somebody reach out for these kids.
Yeah.
It's sad that the fathers are not there.
You know, that's not being weak. That's
It's not weak. Everybody needs help.
Was out there, pulling up, seeing them on corners, jumping out the car, threatening them, like, get off the corner. Why? Like she said, where was the fathers? Like we shouldn't have had to do that by ourselves. But we were out there chasing them off corners. If we saw them hanging out, go get in the house, like all the time. To the point where people was like naming our cars, like the Night Rider coming down. Say, here come your mother, and him and Chauncey
I had the white ghost and she had the Night Rider.
Let me tell you how
we was on it.
Yeah.
When they got him, the police would say, look, I'm finna call you. You going to jail? I'm finna call your mamas. You know what they say? Take me to jail, cause I'm gonna kill.
Yeah, y'all ain't playing.
Yes.
When
I went in the police station, they had picked my son up, and he had not done nothing, but they did a sweep.
Yeah.
Because I had lost him to an extent. I'm like, now did you go out there stand on somewhere you ain't got no business doing? Because there's always people, places, and things. You got 30 seconds to make a decision. So I expected you to make the right decision. So I come in I come in at 111. I got my stick. I'm like, Arnez, Dante, man, come on. And they was like, ma'am, you can't do that in here. I said, it's the only way I'm gonna save man.
Come on.
So you gotta take me to jail because I'm fucking these motherfuckers up. Those were my words. I say, we work too hard for them not to be here. Come to find out they had did a sweep, but as they say, they should have been on 93rd and University because they knew it's a hot spot. So why would you hang? I expected you to make a better decision, but that was a decision they made. And so, you know, and they make bad decisions and they get broken, and we just need our fathers, our young men. You're out here, I mean, do your thing, but take care of your family. Take care of them kids. These kids, I've been working in the county jail for 23 years. Do you know how many kids I've seen that have nobody?
Wow.
Nobody. You be there, you end up being somebody to them. If you're not an arrogant person that worked there. Me, I'm gonna go, baby, what you doing in here? I don't want to know your case. Did you have a hard time? You know, you need people not only on the outside, but you also need the inside. So when they hit these jails and things, you need positive energy as well.
100%.
You have a lot of negative energy in the jail and they judge you. You know what I'm saying? But anybody that know me, they call me old school or Miss B. And I be like, look, baby, you ain't got, they don't have a visitor. They don't have food. They had to fight their way. Some of them be like, I ain't had no choice. But some of them had choices. They'll tell you, I come from a good foundation. I just want to be hanging out, and I was with this. The in crowd is not always the good
So may I
crowd.
ask you this, like you said, some people had choices, but it's like, if you see way more something else versus something else, it's like the choice kind of hard to, go the other way.
You're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
But that's
That's
when
real.
it comes to the parenting.
Yeah.
I've always talked to my kids. I got 2 boys. I've always talked to them. I say a 30-second decision will make your life or break your life.
Yes.
I taught my brother that. So think, use your head before you lose your head. I drilled that in them from babies, from birth, because I knew what type of world I was bringing them up, and I was a single mother bringing them up. Yes, were they daddy present? Yes, but they wasn't fathers.
I understand they wasn't active. Like, it's a
Right.
big difference.
It's a
Like,
big
Right.
difference.
it's the things of like playing catch with a football, them type of things actually really
I
spending.
played catch.
Yeah.
I flew kites.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's
Yeah.
what I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went to football games.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I went to assemblies. I picked up report cards. I worked and I did that. Fathers could have stepped in and did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not down in my children fathers. Would I do it again? No, but would I have my same children? Yes, because I know better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my point in saying that is, I'm not here to degrade, take a manhood. My point is, we need y'all. These kids need y'all. I'm all right. To these kids, whoever see this, your mother and your father gonna be all right. You don't have to protect them. You can, but your life don't depend on protecting them. They are supposed to be your protectors.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a parent, a mother or father, go to a grandmother, or uncle or auntie, or more mentor. Somebody that
somebody.
you know that will
Yeah.
protect you and can hear you out, that won't judge you,
Yeah.
that won't tell you what you should and shouldn't do,
Yep.
that will hear you, that you know. Don't go to the streets. They're not your friend.
They are not your friends.
When you dead and gone, let me tell you, for I say give them like a month. Oh, on so and so. But when it all boiled down to it, guess who suffer? Your parents, your family. In the end, it's called a quiet hour. You sit in this quiet hour, ain't nobody here to call and say, do you need anything? Do you want anything? Are you okay? You know, they party, they wear these t-shirts, they do all that, get high, do all that on there. But in the end, you forgotten, but your parents, your loved ones, family members never forget you. It hurt. It hurt your soul. It breaks everything in you out.
Yes. And especially when a lot of times most of the situations surround them being killed for somebody they knew. That's
exactly.
the part.
That's the part.
It's
Yeah,
not
it was
even-
somebody. It's not even right. The oppositions or it was a random actor or something. It was literally by someone, you know, that back door. That's the thing, back door. It's real.
It's real.
Trust no one.
Yes.
I tell anybody, trust no one. The back door is real.
Yes, it is.
The back door is real.
So like, man, I ask you this, what's some advice you have to the queens out here that don't have children, but they trying to pick somebody to be their man?
To the women out here, young ladies.
First of all, love yourself.
Love yourself. Self-preservation. You can't raise a man. If a man gonna love you, he gonna love you. You can't make him love you. You can't make him be with you. So doing anything that it takes to keep him, if you gotta do so much work so hard, that's not for you. If you get in and you in a relationship and you find one, you get somebody that love God like you love him. You get somebody that love you unconditional, that know what love is. You're gonna have trials and tribulations, but they be able to walk through these things together. You know, don't rush and have babies. Get their history. Know what? Don't just date them and have babies. Date them. Know who they are. Know what you're getting your life into. You know, I'm not asking for social security numbers, but I'm gonna need to know a little bit of your history. Because sometimes this mental illness is in here. You know, all kind of stuff. Then your baby come out and they this type of way. Research doesn't mean that your child's gonna do that. But you love you. Don't you give yourself up for no man, for nobody. And I'll tell the men, there are some good men out here. Don't you give yourself up for a woman. If she want to be promiscuous and do all this, don't chase her, because it's not meant for you. If you got to chase it, leave it alone. Anything you got to chase or force on you, leave it alone. If it come to you, if it's meant to you, it'll happen. And take your time. Get educated. Get financially stable. Okay, if you had a baby young, okay, I had it young too. But I fought. I went to school, I worked, and I had it. Because I don't mean that you have to do it,
Right.
but I'm telling you, it can be done.
Yeah.
And you can succeed and be prosperous.
For sure.
100%.
Yes, you can.
So to that point, what was I gonna ask again? Dang. So like, what's some advice you have to single mothers that have sons and you want to keep them away from the streets, distract them from the streets? Because at the end of the day, I say the streets is always there because it's right outside. So it's like you got to distract them from the streets. So what's some advice you have to a single mother?
It's a lot of parents, single parents, that cannot afford programs. Keep them active. But there are.
But they've taken so much away from them.
They are.
Like they don't have
and sometimes
what we had.
But sometimes you have to go out. There are programs that you can get your children in that are free.
Yeah.
The what you call the public parks, like
the Chicago, the city parks and stuff.
the city parks, they always have something. You just gotta research it. They have martial arts, they have basketball, they have football, they have swimming. Reach out. I can't afford it, but they have free classes. Google it. Go online. Keep them active. The video games, all that video game, give them video game time. All that rap music, suck my dick, kiss our ass, cut it.
Kill, right.
Because it's you are what you listen to.
Yeah.
Everything that you listen to, that's what makes you. So it's impressive to the children.
Right.
Tone it down. You tone it down. Okay, we gonna listen to, you can listen to your music, but everything gotta be so vulgar.
Right.
Life is vulgar.
Yeah.
And the way it is now, the signs of times, the enemy, and he working. They coming out with devil suits and angels, all kind of things. To whatever your faith is and whatever you believe in, lead them, guide them, place them there.
Yeah.
Wherever the temple is free, wherever you go to the Lord's house is free. But ladies, your body is our temple.
That part.
And treat it like that.
Yeah.
Treat your body like a temple. You're queens. You're God's children. Treat them like that.
But I want to say to the young men, because there's a lot of women that set the young men up.
Yes,
there's
it is.
a lot of women that's behind a lot of young men.
Women are dangerous.
Yes.
Women is more dangerous than your opposition.
Part. Yes.
Women are more dangerous than your fake friend.
Yes.
So know who you mating with. Know who you
break that
dealing
down
with.
a little bit, because that might go over some people's heads. Please break that down.
Women are dangerous. I'd rather have a fake friend that talk about me behind my back than a treacherous woman.
That's sitting right next to me.
The treacherous woman, she'll smile in your face and she'll give you all the love you think you need. All the love. I love you, baby. Give you everything you think you need, but will cut you behind your back.
Wow.
Will give your life away to him for another person, for her friend or a man.
Yeah.
And then you got the one, he said something wrong to me. They are rebellious. They are, what you call it when they, when they won't,
what, get back or something?
Yeah. So those are dangerous women. How they talk to their friends and the type of friends they keep, girl, I done told that motherfucker, I done cut that motherfucker. No, check, pay attention. She went with her friends to cut them. If she agreed with these things, 90% of the time, is about. So you be watchful, be mindful of how the young lady that you would carry herself, what she think, how she do things. Is she okay? You got women, baby. I had my baby daddy's back right now to today. But I had a back, but I tell them what's right and what's wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
You can have a back, but you can have it positive. A woman can either destroy a man or she can make a man.
Yeah, behind every great man is a great woman, they say.
That's what it is.
That principle could
That's
go the
not
other
just
way.
what he said. That's true.
Exactly.
That's
Think about all the men that's in jail because of a woman.
Most beefs start over women.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I believe like a nation can rise no higher than this woman. So like if you notice nowadays, the biggest attack is on the black woman. Think about from the music to everything that's going on.
It is. Yes.
We are the strongest. We are the strongest people. We are the strongest. If we literally, all African Americans truly came together, it'll be a destruction. It'll be an overflow of goodness. It will be unstoppable. It will be unmovable. But we are the only race that's separated. The Chinese stay with the Chinese, the Mexicans stay with the Mexicans, the Arabs stay with the Arabs. We are the only race that is so separated. Like a bunch of crabs in a bucket pulling each other down the steady, pushing each other up, holding each hand and walking together.
Yeah.
So what's something you think we could do to solve the problem?
We need to communicate. We need to talk. We need to, you know, encourage each other. Stand together. We need some people to, you know, it's, you know, only a handful of people can start something.
Yeah.
But you gotta believe in what you preach. You gotta believe in what you talk, and that's how you gonna draw your young generation. If you don't believe it, you just saying, yeah, I'm for style device, but you just saying it, but you're not doing it, and your actions is not showing what your words
I
is.
feel like it's bigger than belief. You gotta know.
You gotta know that you know. You're absolutely.
Because check it out. In slavery, we believed a lot of things. We've been too big on belief, and we gotta know. You get what I'm saying?
And that's true. That's why your actions is so important. What you speak out of your mouth is actually where your heart. People say, I don't know how. Yeah, you know what? I didn't sit here and talk to somebody for 5 minutes. I know you, because you don't even know me from a can of paint. But what you said to me, you said it from your heart. People don't realize that. When people have a conversation, you pay attention. They literally speak from their heart. So that's how you get to know people. Pay attention to what they say, how they say it. Because it's not always what you say, it's how you say it. Right. They tell you their true feelings by that conversation.
Yes, indeed.
Always remember that.
Yes, indeed.
For sure. That is so real. So real.
So may I ask this? How did you all meet?
So we've been in the same neighborhood for that. What's crazy is I've been in that neighborhood since I was 13, but people didn't know me, right? Until I had Dante. And then so D'Angelo and all of them, they used to play together or whatever. Then once Dante got of age, and people didn't even know he was born and raised in the neighborhood. That's how, you know what I mean? Because I was trying to keep
number one. Black belt number one. Seriously.
I was trying to keep a hold on him. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, all those activities, I did all those activities, right? But his uncle, he was watching his uncle. Like, they're watching other people. That's why it's important for the men to be the role models, because no matter what mama say, no matter how, even in his song, he said, my mama always told me get my education, but instead I'm watching Baby Stone Paper Chaser. That means he was watching his uncle. So no matter what I was saying, I want to be like my uncle. So that's why we're saying the men have to stand up, because the young guys are looking at you. That's why I love what you all are representing, the Pushing the Peace movement, because it's going to take the men, no matter what the women say, they're not listening. You know what I mean? They respect mama, but they're not listening. So once our sons started hanging out, they became very best friends. And then that's how I
moved around there in like 1985.
Wow, so y'all really from the neighborhood, like watched it change and everything.
We came from Robert Taylor's, and I went to about 85, 86. No problem growing up, raising children, nothing.
The neighborhood was
they had the field house where the kids could go. I kept my son in. I also kept my son in activities.
So y'all watched it literally just change over time. So like, when did y'all see the real change in the neighborhood?
That's the sad part with our kids.
Wow.
When it changed.
You know why? Because in our generation, as we was growing, they were doing a little game banging and they was shooting and doing that, but it wasn't as like in the open, or I mean, it wasn't as bad. Not justified. It was different neighborhood. But you knew y'all going to the house because they finna start shooting.
Exactly.
Knock on doors, keep y'all kids in the house. The fuck you knocking on my door telling me don't shoot, keep the fight, you know, keep the peace.
It was more structured.
It was structure and foundation.
That's who they wanted. It wasn't just random.
But that's the thing, they took them leaders away, put them in jail.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
It was all about design. Because
that's what it was.
They don't want us to have structure.
But if you know better, we got to do better. And it's like, nowadays we do know better, if you ask me, but we ain't doing better.
We do.
Because we ain't seeing better though, if you get what I'm saying.
That's it.
That's the problem.
That's it.
If you see positive, you do positive. You know that old saying your mama say, birds of a feather flock together. That's true. My friends, everybody I hung with back in the days, they was drunks. We go to work, we get drunk. We go to work, we get drunk. That's what we did. And we took care of our families. I don't care what we did. We got up every day, went to work, made sure our kids had, but that's what we did. I no longer do that. I don't have those friends no more.
100%.
Doesn't mean that we're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
But this is not what I do. So I don't have the desire to hang with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's not what I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Because
so
if you're around some, that's what you're gonna
Yeah.
become. Like
Yep.
it's hard to put it down when you around.
When you're around.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But me and her clicked from there, and we would have meetings with our sons, because we would get wind of anything that's going on in the neighborhood. So we would always get ahead of it.
I mean, I walk the hood. I
Yes.
come in. They be like, "Here come this time."
Yes.
I calls the police. Police say you want? Yes, I'm telling you my name. My name is Neosha Brittman,
Yeah.
and I'm calling because so and so down here, and because I can't get to his mama,
Yeah.
because his mama ain't listening.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna go to your mama first.
Right,
That, well, then
exactly.
somebody needs to bring some peace.
Yeah.
I wasn't afraid to call the police.
Exactly.
But that's having love for everybody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's
yeah.
what's missing too, that type of love.
Love. That's what's missing.
That's what's missing.
Love.
But we loved on all of them, you know,
Yeah.
not just ours. We loved on other
You can
kids
tell
too.
them the people that
Yeah.
they just thought they was cousins and brothers.
Right.
For real.
Yeah.
They
Wow.
never knew that they were really friends. People in the neighborhood didn't know, but if you saw them, you'd be like,
Yeah.
Man.
It was four of them. They was thick as thieves,
Thick as
you know, and they
thieves.
did everything together,
Yeah.
and they encouraged each other.
Yeah.
They fought too. I like, y'all don't get up on my house. I had a broom beating them down. Y'all fighting,
Right.
take it to the front yard.
Yeah.
They fought,
Wow, but they were able to
but they
squash
loved each other more than they fought.
Yeah. My son loved her just like a second mom, and vice versa.
Wow.
Sneaking
Yeah.
girls in the window. One day they came upstairs because my children had me. It was by God's grace, mercy, and favor. My children always had their own room. So the house I was living with, my son had his own upstairs, right? So he had living room, dining room, kitchen. He had his own room, bathroom. So I was like, I kept hearing something clink. You know, I need to focus. All this
Right.
coming in. So I switched this room. I put it downstairs. Baby Dante and they were sneaking in that room. I had that bed. I said, carry your ass back home. Bam! I was knocking them down. They like, Mom, it's me. No, y'all sneaking. Baby,
Right.
it was them and the girls. I was hitting everybody. Bam!
Because
Everybody
he
came
had
to
that
the
bottom
window.
room. He had it going on.
Right.
That
He
was
had the
worse.
top floor.
But she stayed on top of
But
it.
that was
No,
my
it
point.
wasn't no, you
At
just gonna
first,
come in my house
they
and
was
do what
getting
you
it
want to
good.
do.
They
you
was
know?
getting it good because I worked a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
I really worked a lot.
Yeah.
But then I started looking. Sometimes, you know, I understand you got to feed your children, but you got to balance it.
Yeah.
Work is not always. I'd rather save my children and
Right.
then don't have the outfit that they want because they didn't want anything. You know,
Exactly.
everything they needed, they had.
Yeah.
So I worked harder for their wants, and they didn't want anything.
Come on.
So now I ain't going to work.
Yeah.
And let me pay attention to your wants. Let me put your wants to the side and pay attention to your life.
Yeah.
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 So I started paying attention to the life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
snapping.
real.
Yeah, it's real.
That's
Yeah,
real.
so and that's what I did, you know.
Yeah.
And I started paying attention to their life. Then I'm
sure.
like, okay, you sneaking girls in, I'm fucking them up.
Let me
Yeah.
see who
Everybody
you
come in,
around.
and I be having my drinks in there, playing my dusty,
Yeah.
real low.
Yeah.
Come on in, mama.
Let me
You know,
see who around.
So
But
may I
yeah.
ask you, how important is the word accountability in all of this stuff?
accountability is so important.
Yeah.
You are held accountable for what you do.
Yeah.
When you get in this system, mama can't save you. I don't care how many lawyers, what you get. When these policemen grab you and get a case and put it on you, mama can't save you.
Yeah.
All mama can do is come visit you and give you what she can. But in the end, this your fight now.
Yeah.
You gotta fight by yourself. When you get behind them bars, you gotta fight behind yourself.
Yeah.
Mama ain't there to save you, to feed you. There's a lot of them don't get fed. Mama ain't there to save you when somebody wanna fight or rape you. Mama ain't there to save you, to tell you to stand up.
Right.
So when you doing all this shooting, power, raping, all that, when you get behind the bars, you all by yourself. It's just you and whoever you believe in.
Right.
You don't
And is
got
your crew
mama.
still gonna be there?
Your crew ain't even there. Because they fucking you and your crew up. Because they gonna make sure they put you on different decks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you on a deck with your boy across the hall, and you over here, you trying to
not
make it to get over there. You on the deck. You don't have no sense on what deck you go to. You going with everybody. You in general population. You going with everybody. So the same people you might cross, you done walked in there. They know, they see you coming through the glass. They already plotted.
On the
Somebody
move.
on the street done already told them you coming. If you come on this deck, man, if you come on that deck,
Yeah.
they waiting on you.
Yeah.
Mom and daddy can't save you. Now you gotta go in there in a battlefield. I seen young men coming there at 18 years old. By the time they 20, they look like they 30.
Jeez.
Wow.
Because it's so hard on them. You know, and you got to grow up so fast in jail.
Yeah.
You got to grow up. Either you gonna shit and get off the pot, or you just gonna be what they want you to be up in there. You know?
Wow.
So
Jesus.
in the end, all the violence and once you're called, you by yourself.
Yeah.
Commissary, a motherfucker. They will take your commissary.
Wow.
Who you got to help? Because your boy ain't on the deck. You ain't on the deck with your boy.
Right.
It's you. Now they boys gonna take yours, but you steady fight.
Right.
So every day I'm fighting. I'm just me. If I was there, just come out swinging and go to the hole so you can get transferred.
Wow.
Come out swinging. That's the only way you can save yourself.
Wow.
Just act crazy. Here, I don't know what you're gonna do. Go to the hole so you can get relocated.
Wow.
But other than that, they gonna whoop you every day if you don't stand up. So now you on your own feet. Nobody.
Jesus, not with a crew.
They don't know how to fight. Y'all better learn how to fight up, baby. Y'all better learn how to fight. All y'all know how to do.
So
shoot.
you say you worked in the
right.
jail for 30 years, right?
23. I'm 23 years in.
Wow. So like, how has your mindset changed towards people in jail? Like being in there like that.
It has. You know what? First of all, I come from the streets. I'm one of those, just jump off. I didn't just jump off. So I saw this before I started working there. I worked at Robert Taylor's, in the middle of Robert Taylor's, when I was in the middle of gunfire, suicide, rape. I had to go get kids. I done delivered everything. So I came from this. So when I got there, I'm like, I'm stepping on solid ground.
Yeah.
I'm on home. I'm on home ground. But anybody that I see, if I can help, I'm gonna do everything that I can.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mistreat them, because you don't know, it could be your child.
Yeah.
Wow.
It could be your family. So I went down, first of all, when I first started working there, it was terrible. I had street in me, but I didn't take God with me. And the more I worked there, I had to bring God in. Every time I got up in the morning, I said, Lord, give me strength. Because every time I seen, all I see is black and brown people. All I see is our people. So, I'm looking, I get to work one day, I have a panic attack. I said, I can't take this no more. I can't take this no more. Everybody standing there, I need this, I need that, Miss B, I need this. But my whole line with 300 people waiting on me was black. I just happened to be in a black dorm 3. No Mexicans this day, all in there. I stopped doing what I'm doing. I said, y'all in here.
Wow.
Your mama needs you, your kids need
Yes.
you. So you gotta take your swords in with you. Don't go in arrogant. You got so many people that work in the jail, they arrogant. Their house ain't shit, the kids ain't shit. But if you treat them like they human,
yes,
you'll get that back.
Yeah.
I got on a bus for 3 years with them. Go to sleep on the bus. They be like, Miss B, it's your stop. I be like, oh, okay. My coworker's like, how you get on the bus with them? I said, because I never judged them for what they came in.
Right.
They said they innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
They a man for they anything.
that part.
Even though he 19 years old, he's finna be a man. You treat him like a man, because this is what he gotta live. He gotta live like a man in here. And every time they came, when they disrespect me, I asked them, have I ever disrespected you?
Yeah.
I gave you everything that you needed. Never did not to you. In order to get, you gotta give. You know what? I get the utmost respect.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know,
Because you treat them like
it's
humans.
more people like that.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, my side, I went in on grounds. I'm like, okay, I got some people.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna help somebody. If one conversation saved one, I did something.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't go working in there in vain.
Yeah.
I love my job.
Yeah.
I love my job. I love the people. Even the people that killed my brother.
Wow.
They come in, hey, Miss Tiny, I seen these little guys grow up.
Wow.
Hey, TT
See, that's what I
Tiny.
was telling you. The whole
Hey,
neighborhood
TT
is
Tiny.
connected. And
When I woke
and
up-
they all became ops.
At first,
Crazy.
I was like, you know, let's do what it do. But my heart wouldn't even allow it.
Wow.
Who are you to take a life when you didn't even gave a life? I had that right in my hand. But you know what I did? It was hard. Baby, I was laid out on the floor. I took 2 days off. And I said, Lord, help me through this. I got this. I couldn't do it without you. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I gotta walk every day and watch them look at me and smirk. Some smirk, hey, like they did something good. Some completely had face of sadness. You know, I saw no regret. But through the years, because now you gotta remember, we fighting this case for 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So 5 years, I'm literally saying now.
Yeah.
I mean, and they say I can reach out and touch them. Let me stay away because I don't want to mess the case up.
Yeah.
But I got access to you. But because I had faith in God and I had a heart, and then people like, you got to be stupid in the motherfucker. How you gonna forgive? I have
You
to forgive.
have to.
Because I can't move
See,
on.
that's right there. See
I
how
can't go
you
nowhere.
stupid for forgiving. You see how somebody would even say that to you? But you got to. How will that change if you don't? We both want to get back for our sons.
Yeah.
We both did for sons, her brother, everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you want that. It's in your heart.
Trying to figure it out.
Where is it going to get us?
What did it lead? Death to
right.
death to death. So what? Who stops the train?
Yeah.
Who break the chain? It's the parents. When they went out there, we going to get these, then we going, baby, I don't want you to I need you to go home to your mama.
Yeah.
They, even though I know they weren't going to do nothing, I own this, I'm going to, baby, let me tell you what TT Tiny wants you to do.
Yeah.
I don't need no get back. I need you to go home to your mama.
Yes.
Go home to your girlfriend and your kids.
This coming
That's what I
from the
would tell
mother
them.
saying that. So it's like, you know how people say they love their homie, this, that, and the third?
Yeah.
If you love your homie so much, you should love and respect the mother's decision and they words
that
more than anything.
That I must say.
Yeah.
Cause sometimes I would drive them home. Sometimes I got so good I had their numbers. Girl, I'm sending your boyfriend. Sometimes don't come back over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I sent them home because guess what? Your mother wants to see you just like I want to see man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your mother wants peace. Your children want peace.
Yeah.
You want your children to live in peace and grow up. Don't bring trauma to your house.
Yeah.
Go home and do what you got to do. Was it easy to say? At first it wasn't. But as life goes on, you have to, as a parent.
Yeah. You can right your wrongs. Like I told you before, I married the gang. So if I brought the gang in my house, what do I expect, right? So we take accountability for what we did, but you can change. You can turn it around. Like you are not your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You are not your past. You can, like, God changed both of our lives. Like, I'm a licensed evangelist now, like doing things, trying to help other mothers and men or whoever. Like, you can change, but it does take a toll on you for us to sit here and act like, oh no, our sons was killed in the
baby
around and
my son was not a saint.
You know?
Was I hurt? My heart hurt.
Yeah.
My heart hurt so bad.
Because he was doing wonderful before he got killed. He should not be in here.
But to the parents that have lost ones or the ones your heart, your soul hurt. Everything that's in you hurt.
It changes your whole life.
It take everything out of you some days to get up. Some days to even breathe. And God give you the air to breathe.
Yeah.
Some days you don't even want to breathe.
Yes.
Some days you can't even get up and walk. But you got to get that strength because you got a whole generation behind you that needs you.
And stop disrespecting your parents. Because I hear a lot of that now. Like, we didn't go through that. Our kids didn't play. My son was a black belt, but I was a crazy. Right? So we didn't
You say you're
deal
black
with
belt
that.
and crazy.
But I see too much parents like, well, I'm scared. And they gonna say, and he talking to me like, what? When do we start being scared of the
I ain't scared of none of our birth.
Exactly.
I ain't scared of none of our birth.
That shouldn't be. Like, and if you out here disrespecting your parent, you are wrong for that. You need to change that.
But let me reiterate that. You're right. If you out here disrespecting your parents. But parents, we must respect our children.
That part.
It starts in the house.
That's what the Bible
says. If you at
says.
home and all they see is weed, drinking, popping ass, men, women in and out the house.
You look like a hypocrite.
What do you do?
Exactly.
They think this is the correct way of living. So I'm not going to only put it all on the kids. Come on, parents. Come on, step up.
We have to
take
set the
accountability. Clean your house up. Put it in order.
It's not too
Make it
late.
feel like a home. Make them feel like I can come home and being safe. They ain't got to come home and worry about stepping over people, smelling smoke. You do what you do.
I think that's a major start for all of us.
It starts at home. Another thing, be careful how you talk to your children. Be careful how you talk to your children. If you start off calling your children, he a fag, he acting like a bitch, she all fast. Cool. You speaking that into your children's life. Stop calling these kids bad. These kids are not bad, they're curious. When you speaking that on their life, you speaking they bad. No, you curious. They terrible twos. That's they call them terrible twos. Don't call them 2-year-old bad. They busy. They, your son, you stupid bitch. I told you don't be on the street smoking weed. Look, son. Don't call them out their name. Don't call these young girls out their name because guess what? When other people do it, it's normal. It's normal. Then what they do? They start raising their children with vulgar language.
To do the same thing.
So a lot of that comes from within. All that comes within. But
it say honor your mother and father, but it says do not provoke your children, and people don't tend to read that part of the scripture.
Right.
They only focus on
Wait, say that again, please.
Honor your mother and father, but the second part of that scripture is do not provoke your children, your sons. So you never hear people talk about that part. They just focus on the honor the mother and father, but you got to read the second part.
It go both ways.
It goes both ways.
It goes because the children are still human beings. They still, you still have to respect them, like she said, calling them out of their name and doing all of that. Discipline them, of course. You know what I mean? But it's a way, like you said, it's a way to exactly.
It's a way to do it.
Yeah,
that's how you do it.
You know, to
spare the
save
rod, spoil the child.
Yeah, but
so don't spare
that's
that
another
rod.
way to save your children. What you bring into your household. You can have one bed and everybody sleep in one bed, but if it's clean and it's not busy where it's in and out, you got peace.
Yeah,
you can raise your children great.
Yeah,
in a single parent family home. But yeah,
it's harder to do it, but it's possible.
it's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
So do you think in life, like in general, like in the black community, we make too many excuses? Like, what's your opinion?
I have. Look, and I got to start with me first, right?
He did that because don't give him no excuse.
Right.
You already know you was wrong. You weren't supposed to do it. You know better. When they said this, your son did. Yes, my son did it. I told him my son did something. Me and her son did something. And they was like, I said, he did it. Now what? He did it. I ain't say, well, he did. Yes, he did it. Now what's your point?
Right.
He did. And I wasn't being arrogant or vain, but I wasn't too proud to say that my son did something bad. He did something that I didn't agree with. He did something that I was totally against. I don't know what in the world came over you.
Right.
But I knew he did it. I didn't say, well, no, they say he did it.
Right.
No, my son did it.
Or
he must reap what he
child.
sowed. That's what he did. He got his punishment. You know? Stop giving these kids excuse. They did it, they did it.
People think they do it because there's so many judgmental people. People are,
and the main ones that judge are the ones that have their children.
We judge each other the most. You know what I'm saying?
But they house be in turmoil and they so busy judging. When you walk in their house, you be thinking yours be told. You come out like, girl, you think that just leave her house and she just said that to that kid. You know what I'm saying? What did I say? She just said that to her man.
Most of the time, people judge. They talking about themselves.
Pretty much. The very thing they judge you on is the very thing they feel flaws in their life.
Especially on social media, hiding behind the keyboard judging. You know what I mean? And that's the sad part, because we are just drawn to negativity. Like, we're so drawn to negativity. That's the sad. Like, how do you change us as a culture when we're just drawn to negativity? Like, if you go post something positive, they don't care. But go post a bunch of guys with guns talking about we about to shoot up the block. That's gonna get 2 million likes. You know what I mean?
Like, I say you gotta be careful what you watch and what you listen to. When you allow your children, be careful. Baby, I be careful. I ain't no trapper, but baby, I was trapping up listening. Then one day I was sitting at the table, I was listening to the song. I said, wait a minute. He just said he gonna do this to her mama, and then I like the beat, but I never paid attention to the words. Pay attention to the words.
Even them beats too, because it's vibrations and everything. Everything vibrations.
That's right. I was getting it too. I was like, hey, I was shaking. Then one day I sat down, I'm cooling down.
Listen to the words.
Listen, because I'm gonna learn the song. I ain't finna be calling nobody no bitches hoe, suck my dick, kiss my ass. No. So you have to be careful what you listen to, because it plants in you. It becomes you.
Words have power.
Yes, they do. They hold tons of power. They are. So you got to protect what you watch, what you listen to, and what you speak out your mouth. Because like you said, you speak. When you speak into these kids, you got to speak life into these kids. You have to.
Because like, you know how you said speak life, specifically them words. You need to breathe to speak, right?
Yes.
So like when you speaking, that's God coming out you when you speaking. So what you saying is what you putting out for real.
Yeah. And it takes a village. Stop with that you can't tell my child what to do. Me and her, listen, what he do? Get him. Like, she can get him. Like, that's it's a village. It was a village, and I think, and that's why I'm like, we tried to do it all the right way. You know what I mean? We still made mistakes in it, but
and our children still made their mistakes.
Yeah,
that was their story. That was their life.
Yep.
It's sad to say I didn't understand it, you know, but your life is your life. Your story is your story. You reap everything that you sow.
It comes back.
Do it hurt me? Yes. Everything in me about my son being dead. But his life was his life. His story was his story, and his death line was his death line. That's what I'm learning to accept. And we don't accept because he was shot. I wish it should have been me, or it was a car accident. You know, you rather for it to be a car accident than being shot. Death is death. Either which way, that was the why. It was already planned from the day he was born to the day he died. You know, will it hurt? Yes.
Yeah.
In the biblical days, look how they did. They threw dirt on their face. They cried and moaned, but death was death. That's one thing you guarantee. You're not even guaranteed life, because you got people have babies that don't even make it in the world.
Yeah.
But once you make it, that's one thing in life you guarantee death. It's the problem is you have to learn not to hold on and die with them.
Right.
You will find yourself dying with them.
Yeah.
But you can't die with them. Because if God wanted you, he'd have took you before he took them.
Yeah.
If it was your time, you'd have been gone.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's all right to mourn. And however long it take to mourn, it
But
is.
live.
But live. Don't die. The Bible say, he shall live and not die.
Yeah.
And what he mean by, you're here. I have a purpose for you here. I have a purpose for you.
Yeah.
Go ahead and mourn. Go ahead and do how well you feel. But don't die with them.
Right.
Don't be vengeance for them.
Yeah.
You know, you think everything when your kids get, you think everything. I want vengeance.
Yeah.
I hate this person.
Yeah.
You hate the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Your heart hurt. You're looking back at the kids. You what I could have did better. What the father could have did.
Yeah.
Everything is the blame game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything you blaming everybody.
Yeah.
But it's nobody to blame in the end. When I leave here, most of the time when I leave the grave, I don't go to work for a couple of days because I don't have the strength.
Yeah.
Because why? I take it with me.
Yeah.
I take it and throw it on my back. And I carry it. Instead of when I leave here, leave them now and be at peace and pick up my cross and walk in the word of God. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
So to the parents who have lost them, pick up your cross.
Yeah.
Don't carry it. I'm not saying don't breathe. Don't feel bad. Don't cry. Don't stop doing. Work on you. Work on living and living in success. How would they want you to live?
Yeah. That's the.
You know, you're here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Vengeance is not yours. You want it. You want it.
Yeah.
But if you're a righteous person and a mother of a mother, and you be like, I don't care, here's I lost man. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this story. Your child can get killed. And they can kill the person that killed them.
And what is it gonna do?
You still not justified.
Nope.
You still
What
feel
did
that
it bring
same
back?
way.
Yep.
You have
Didn't
no
do
clarity.
anything.
You don't have anything but another mother mourning.
Yep.
Wishing that her son had not made the mistake that he made. That's it.
Yep.
You get no different feeling. You don't feel no different or no vengeance. You don't feel nothing. You still hurting for that child that's gone.
Yep.
And even though vengeance have been taken, it's just another black man off the street that's due to violence.
Another hurt mother
Another hurt mother.
and children.
But you do go through a lot of emotions, and at that time you do feel like that.
Yeah.
But if you sit back and you believe and have faith, and be a mother, a father, auntie, and do what is righteous.
Yeah.
Think righteous, because you got a generation behind you.
Yeah.
Because it'll skip one and go to the other one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so you weigh all your options and be like, okay, Lord, you fix it.
Yeah.
Lord, you do it. Because what God gonna put on, I can't put on them. You do it, Lord.
100%.
Yes, I'm angry. Take the anger out of me and hurt.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be all right.
And
because
then you having to see all those young black men in jail. Like,
every day I'd be like, oh my
I don't
God.
think I could do
Someday
that.
I'd be like, another day.
Yeah.
And then
You know.
and then they'd be like, hey, TT.
Yeah.
Like they ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, TT Tiny. Hey, Stacks,
But
mama.
you might be the only person that offered them some type of love, some type
Yeah,
of
you
hope,
probably
some type
they
of
like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking
exactly.
about- and I'm talking about, and I have seen a lot of them grow up. And my son, dad, we
the same year.
In the same year, just 3 months apart. My sister, dad, 1 week, 2 weeks later. My mama, dad, one day. On the 10th, my sister, dad, 2 weeks later. Then 4 months later, my son got killed.
Wow.
So I done heard so many stories.
Yeah.
So you get that, and then what it did, it inflamed me. So it inflamed the hate, the hurt, I want this person, I want that. It inflamed me in it. But me, I had to tone it down and say, okay,
Yeah.
you got 15 other nieces and nephews. I got 15 nephews.
Wow, so you got a whole
They all grown
village to
in college, doing well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see you go. I got a
Right.
child.
Yeah.
I got grandkids.
Most importantly, your son don't want to see you.
Right, and I'm like, wait, but had I stayed there, Not only that, my mental status shifted. It shifted. It literally shifted. And you know, people can shift you.
Yeah, it can really take a toll on
It can take a toll on you, you know, and people don't understand.
Yep, and this with, besides you, this with the whole world, like, I'm talking about the black world we gotta go through.
I thought I was the only one. You're not the only one going through, baby. You're not the only one going through. It's so many mothers that need, and we so distant because we so busy mourning, and we want to reach out to each other.
And you don't know who to trust.
You don't know who to trust,
You don't know who to trust.
Get a little group together with mourning mothers or mothers of lost children of the violence of the streets or anything. Find a program to get in.
Because they might feel like also if their son isn't a notable rapper or something, they probably feel like their child is forgotten about or nobody cares about them. That's just not the truth.
Nobody's child is
I ain't interested in the fame. Like, what about the mothers who have nobody to talk to? You know what I mean? Who they feel like they've been forgotten about, you know?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So
this might be the start of something, huh, Tiny?
that's my story.
Yeah, reaching out to other mothers.
So any last words before we close out?
To all the young people, use your head, don't lose your head. Think before you do things. To our fathers out here, grab our boys. Grab our boys. The mothers, grab your daughters. Teach them how to be ladies. Men, teach them how to be men. These young boys how to be men. Structure and foundation. Stay blessed.
Yes, indeed.
God bless.